So this is from Something You Forgot Along the Way, story number 21. Gaining a little, losing a lot. How a farmer lost his cow. A farmer hurried along a mountain path at dusk, leading a great cow. The animal evidently was a prized possession of his, for he turned around frequently to check on its progress, and treated it with tender consideration as he made his way home. Before long, a couple of suspicious characters came up behind him. One of them whispered to the other, "See that cow? I bet you I could steal him right now." His companion shook his head doubtfully. "You're a fine pickpocket, I'll grant you that, but not even you could make off in daylight with a great big cow. Just watch me. I'll show you how good I am." The pickpocket quickened his pace, passed by the farmer and his cow, and disappeared behind a little shrine at a bend in the path. When the farmer came by, he noticed something lying on the ground. He picked it up and saw it was a brand new leather shoe. "Here's a find," he said to himself. "Too bad there's only one. No good without the mate." He tossed it aside and went on his way. Soon he spied something else lying in the path and picked it up. Sure enough, it was the other shoe. Now, if he only had the first one, he'd have himself a fine new pair of shoes. Excited at the thought, he tied his cow to a tree and flew back to retrieve the shoe he'd thrown away. There it was, just where he'd left it. "This is my lucky day," he exulted. "Imagine getting a fine pair of shoes for nothing." He went back full of joy, only to find his precious cow vanished without a trace. All too many are like him. We lose something big in pursuit of something small. So that's what we need to be very careful about in life. So I think a story is helping us figure out what are some of the big things in life that we are losing because we are so obsessed and carried away by the smaller things. Maybe we get into argument with someone and then later we realize I didn't have to overreact so much. It was not worth it. And as a result, maybe our relationship with that individual, it's now tarnished. It's kind of difficult to uh, return it to that original state. Hmm. Yeah. So if we don't know what is most important in life, then naturally we only listen to our own desires because, yeah, we always follow our desires, our instinct. So that's just how it is. And yeah, what's important is to find out what is the purpose of life, the big picture, what is most important of all. So if we don't have clarity, if we don't listen to the Dharma, we don't gain clarity because we think what is most important differs from person to person. And yeah, so we are not clear. So naturally, we become distracted by desire for immediate gain. So shiny objects like a leather shoe or any other shiny objects, they have some kind of shine or glitter that makes us gravitate towards them because of our desires. We have desire for money or possessions, food or recognition and validation, sleep and leisure, R&R, and relationships. So constantly we gravitate toward the object of desires. And if we don't know what is most important of all, yeah, and what is most important of all, when we think we have all the time in the world, maybe everything feels important. And that's because we are not aware of the truth. The truth is, life is impermanent, so everything is going to change. So, what is most important is to find a happiness that transcends the changes that we experience every day. That is not of this world, but because we are in this world, we are able to experience it. Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, this story just sheds light on the importance of having a purpose in life or meditating, contemplating on what is most important. And let me see if I can find another story from the other book, You Were Born for a Reason. Yeah, so there is the power in now. It's very important to come to know who we are now. So, this present moment is actually holding the key to the past and to the future. Many people, they cannot remain here and now because they are daydreaming about the future, maybe because they don't like the reality they have right now. So they always want to plan ahead. Or they might have anxiety about the future because they're not preparing themselves for what is to come. Yeah, if you prepare and take care of the harvest you want to have in the future by choosing the seeds you're planting now, you don't have to have so much anxiety. Yeah, we need to have that wisdom to see ahead. But and then many people also they have a hard time being in this present moment here and now because they are troubled by their past. They haven't grasped the karma to liberate themselves from the sufferings of their past. So they constantly kind of dwell on it and have bitterness about their past. Okay, so if you go back to You Were Born for a Reason. Yeah, some readers may question how it is possible for anyone to know the future, the worlds of the past or future. According to Shinran, since the present embraces both the past from time immemorial and the future without end. To see the present clearly is to know the entire past and future at once. The present is the key that unlocks the past and the future. The following story clearly shows the interrelatedness of the present and the future. A learned man of some note came to town to lecture on the evils of drink and preach the wisdom of abstinence. A townsman, passionately fond of drinking, marched into the lecture hall, indignant that anyone would wish to impugn one of life's great pleasures. But the more he heard, the more he learned, and slowly, against his will, he found himself being won over. Suddenly, relenting, he resolved to become a teetotaler. When the lecture was over, he went up to the learned man and told him the whole story, finally asking him to write something to commemorate his resolution. What shall I write? How about no drinking till the day I die? That sounds awfully hard. Why not make it just for today? Scarcely able to believe his ears, the man leaned forward to make sure he'd heard right. Just for today? Is that good enough? Certainly, just give up drinking for today. That will do. The man took home the paper with the words, "No drinking just for today," on it and stuck it on the wall. Then he took out his watch and waited expectantly for tomorrow. As night came on and the hour of midnight approached, he got out a big jug of wine and pulled it close with anticipation. As the clock struck 12, he picked up the jug, got ready to take a long drink, and then glanced over at the wall. A wave of disappointment struck him. Oh no, he cried out. No drinking just for today all over again. In fact, just for today means the same as till the day I die. That truth came home to the man, and he never took another drink as long as he lived. When this year is over, it is this year again. When today ends, it is today again. Time stretches on from ages past into the never ending future, an endless succession of moments in the present. Now, now, now. Because the present moment embraces the eternal past and the eternal future, philosophers through the ages have spoken of it as the eternal now. So, good job, everyone, for cherishing this moment here now. And that's why we do our recitation meditation every morning and evening. And have a beautiful start of your weekend. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Bita.
My pleasure.